When you live in a small town, everyone knows where you've been and what you have done. I've been trying to leave this old town since
Welcome back. Thanks for joining us. I'm Zeta.
And I'm Kelly, and you're listening to
Two Sides and the Truth. So one thing that y'all might have noticed on season 2 is that we changed our theme song.
Yes, we did.
And it's kind of exciting. What's our little Easter egg in the theme song, Kelly?
Well, so if the hauntingly beautiful voice that you heard doing our intro and our
Outro? It's an outro?
It's an outro. We figured that out. Outro. Intro and outro is Erica Lynn Lewis. She is one of our really good friends. Mm-hmm. I met her through Zeta when I was out one night doing karaoke. And she is a singer and a songwriter. And she came up to me and after hearing me sing, and she was like, we're going to sing together. And I'm like, yeah, we are. So
yeah, she saw Erica sing. She saw Kelly sing, and she said, do you know that girl? Do you know that girl? I said, yes, I know that girl. She goes, okay, we're singing together. You go let her know we're singing together. I was like, okay, I will let her know that you're singing together.
And this was like, we were friends, but you were still working at Rocket at this time?
Yeah, I was still working at the bar.
So this is like pretty early into our friendship.
Yeah.
Because we actually didn't start hanging out that a lot until after you stopped working at Rocket.
Right, yeah, because I was working all the time.
Yeah, I could never get you to hang out with me.
I know. But yeah, so Erica and I have been friends since first grade.
Yeah.
And since we were 5. Mm-hmm. And yeah, we go way back.
So she told me that night that she's like, I'm gonna be starting my music up again. And when I get in the studio, I want you there with me. And I'm like, okay. And because I've been told this before. I've had people that have wanted me to sing with them and wanted me to come in with them. And I'm like, yeah, but never do. Well, this actually happened. She wants me, and all these years down the road, I have gone into the studio with her and sang with her on some of her things. And last season, the song that was at the beginning of our podcast was House is Haunted. And that is a song that I'm actually the star in her music video. So if you want to go check that out, it's on YouTube and it's called House is Haunted, Erica Lynn Lewis. And I'm in that video with her, and that was so much fun.
It's a beautiful song.
Yes, I love it so much. And then this season, our theme for this season is Ellis County Bound. And that is a song that is at the beginning and the end of this podcast this season. And this one actually isn't even out yet. It's not a release.
Yeah, it's not released yet. In fact, that's not the final.
Yeah, it's not even the final cut. We got her to give us her like unfinished version
because we love it
to
so
use
much
on this podcast. So the last episode last week, obviously it was a pretty long intro because we wanted y'all to be able to hear the song. We love the song so much, so we let it a little bit longer. It will be shorter, but
yeah, that was just so y'all could hear it. But that is Erica singing, and that is Kelly singing back up.
Yes. So if you listen to the outro, you can hear more of the singers
in the background.
So that it's not just me. There are other singers too, but I am among those singers that are singing with her.
And when the song gets officially released and finalized, then we'll post it and we'll talk about it so you can listen to the song.
Yeah.
But the song, part of the reason we wanted this song to be part of it is actually about us.
Yeah.
So
she wrote the song for all of her friends in Ellis County, and
when she was going through some stuff, and it's about women and men best friends too, because she actually at one point mentions my guy friends, my brothers. Yeah. She's calling us her sisters and her brothers.
Yeah.
But it is the people you hear us talking about. That is a good part of her chorus she's singing about, mm-hmm. And we're from Ellis County, so she's singing about she doesn't live in Ellis County anymore. So it's just a beautiful song, and that's why we played a little bit more of it the very first episode so that y'all could experience it and get an idea of.
I'm excited to do the music video for that because all of her girlfriends and all of her friends are.
I'm pretty sure we're going to do it at the cabin.
It's going to be so much fun.
Yeah,
that's going to be a crazy weekend.
That'll be a cool one, though. That will be a cool one.
Yeah, it will.
And we have a girls' weekend coming up in a few weeks, and I feel like my gut just tells me it's going to be a good one.
That's good.
We're supposed to write songs if everybody shows up.
Nice.
So fingers crossed. You're going, by the way. So great. So y'all enjoy that. And please go on to Spotify is the best way to look her up. Erica Lynn Lewis. She's the blonde Erica Lynn Lewis when you look her up. She's the blonde. But check Okay, so we're going to do a little life catch up, what's been going on in our lives. And I've had some changes in my household, which you heard a little bit about it on the last episode, but I didn't really go into it. So I have 4 kids for those that are new to the podcast. I have one that's 26, one that is 24, and one that is 18, and one that is 16. And all the same baby daddy, unfortunately. Should have planned that better. Anyway, so the oldest one moved away when she was 17. She graduated high school, and she moved to Louisiana to go to LSU. And then from there, she moved to Austin, and she's been gone 9 years. And she returned home. So the oldest child, who's been the boss, what's your birth order? You're the youngest.
I'm the middle. No, wait, I'm the youngest.
Before adopting, you were the youngest.
I was the youngest.
So as a child, you were raised as the youngest.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm middle in all aspects. And, currently I'm in, I'm the oldest now that my brother's passed. I was giving my cousins a hard time. I was like, I'm the oldest now, I'm in charge.
You got to listen to me.
Isn't that wrong?
A little bit.
They all laughed. Anyway, so she being the oldest in our household, there is a difference. You get certain privileges.
Oh, yeah, there's very much a difference.
And the reason I give them privileges is they've earned them because they had to do extra things for their younger siblings. They had to help me. So whoever the oldest kid is in the car gets front seat. Mm-hmm. There's no arguing because the oldest in the car. That's the main rule. But there's a number of other ones that are a little like that. They get a little more control of the situation. And my younger 2 kids being on the spectrum, I needed a lot of help from the older 2 kids with them because I was a single parent by the time they were growing up. And so Zoe really had to pull her weight as another parent, being the oldest child. And really, prior to her leaving the home, she was the only person that could calm Zaylee down besides me.
Oh, yeah?
And so the dynamic was very much she was the second parent.
Mom number 2.
And I didn't mean to put her in that position. She just, kind of took it.
Well, that's a blessing right there.
It was. I'd come home, the house would be clean. She made sure it was clean. So she's been gone 9 years. We have a new dynamic.
Yeah.
Because Zaylee's used to being the only girl in the house. And she has been the oldest kid in the house the last few years. And
so now she's like entirely dethroned.
She's been dethroned. Yes, but she does get to keep her room and her bathroom, and her brother has his room and his bathroom, and poor Zoe is sleeping on the couch. But I know, but on top of the situation, I had to get rid of the rule a few months ago of whoever's oldest gets right in the front because Zoe is 6'1" and he's still growing, and Zaylee is 5'6", so it's really not fair. Like physically, it hurts him. So I was like, sorry. That rule's over now that you're 18. She was like, but it's still the rule for Zoe. I'm like, not anymore. It's nobody has that rule. Your brothers are both 6'1" and up, So that's one of the dynamics of the change. But the other thing is Zaylee is just not going to do whatever Zoe tells her to do. And Zoe's used to siblings that do what she tells them to do. She's used to having an authority in the house, and she doesn't anymore.
Oh, no. And
I can't give it to her. It's not right. She's been gone 9 years.
Yeah, you can't just come back and assume that you're just going to fall right back in line.
Yeah, and that so I have been weary. She's come home to stay, kind of live. She wants to go back to school and finish school. She's got a year left because she changed majors. And so it's between me and my dad's house she's going to live. My dad's house has way more room because just him and his girlfriend in a 5-bedroom home.
Yeah, I would say that would be a lot better.
Yeah, they got 3 living rooms and a pool and 2 baths. I mean, 2 baths upstairs.
I would be there so fast. I want to live with your dad. So
I lived with him when I got divorced, and I would have stayed longer if the school district was one I was happier with. But he has 4 bedrooms, a living room, and 2 baths upstairs no one uses. Yeah. Like, it's an apartment. It was bigger than the house I moved out of when I moved in with him when I got separated.
Wow.
And the upstairs, not the house. And my dad's awesome. So, who doesn't want to live with him? And so, and Zoe is my dad's baby. Just his baby. He just loves her so much. Mm-hmm. And first grandchild, and he didn't want me to put her in daycare, and him and my stepmom would take her on my days that I worked, they would rotate it so that I never had to put them in daycare.
Oh, that's
And
sweet.
yeah, they were awesome with the older two kids, especially Zoe though. And so they have a special bond. So it's between those two, depending on which college she gets into, if it's the one closer to her or the one closer. She'll get into both. So ultimately probably going to live with my dad. But until then, she's rotating between my house and his house. And she has cats. So we're dealing with that dynamic of the change of everything. But on top of that, when she called me to come pick her up, she was like, Mom, I have to bring my cat. And I've been getting onto her because she keeps collecting cats because she's a lot like her mom. And she's a little bit of a crazy cat lady. And the next thing you know, she has 3 cats. I have 2 cats.
That's a lot of cats altogether.
Rick hates animals in the house.
Poor Rick.
And he likes cats, outside cats. And he likes my cats, but they're very well-behaved cats in general. Like, they don't ever pee on they don't fuck up shit except occasionally scratch some furniture. But
they have that favorite furniture downstairs that's theirs now.
Yes, yes. That's a different story we're going to get into, too. So I'm like, basically I'm like, you cats... she won't come if her cats won't come. And I want her to finish school. So I'm like, all right, we're going to figure out something with your cats. I go to pick her up in Austin. The cat escapes. Did I tell this story? I don't think I told this story yet. The cat escapes.
No, you didn't tell. You haven't told anything about. You've just
Okay,
told
I
us
didn't
when
think
you-
so. And I've told this story to so many people now. I go to pick her up, and I had to wait till she got off work that night, and she closed. And so I pick her up, and she worked at a bar. She worked at Coyote Ugly in Austin. So I pick her up at 2 a.m. Y'all know I go to bed at 8:30. I was ready to die. And then I go to, we go to another part of Austin, get her stuff, get her cats. As she's putting the cats in the vehicle, one of the cats gets away, escapes. We spend 6 hours looking for the fucking cat that I don't even want in my house, but I don't want my daughter heartbroken either. Like, I'm going to find the cat if I can find the cat. So we search. After 6 hours, at this point, her and I both been up 24 hours. We still have to drive back to Dallas. The cat is chipped. She's like, I guess we'll go home. So we go back to Dallas. Now we got the 2 cats. Of the 2 cats we have, one of them was born with special needs. It smells so bad. It smells so bad.
And that has to be bad if you're coming from a cat lady. If a cat lady can smell bad,
Yeah.
then it has to be bad. Because a lot of times you get like desensitized to the smell of animals if you have animals living in the
Yes,
house.
yeah.
So when you can realize that there's an odor,
Yeah. I mean, I don't think my house ever stinks. Well, until this cat, Well, Zoe's dog.
I'm just saying, you can always tell when there's an animal in the house. There
Well,
really
yeah.
is
If you
just
don't have one, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. There really is just no way
But
around
my
it.
cats don't have accidents, so it's like not that, And so I knew her cats couldn't be trusted. I already knew. And one of them has special needs. Like, it was born without an eye. They told her it was basically like just shouldn't have survived birth.
Yeah.
Somebody saved
and
this
isn't
cat.
this the one that she told you that she found?
Yes.
But she didn't find it.
No.
She actually adopted
She
it. that way.
adopted it. Yes, that's the cat.
Oh my gosh. That place is wrong for letting her adopt that.
That is wrong. Yeah. And why would you,
There's a quality of life. You have to, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And so the cat, it's 4 years old. It looks like it's 6 months old. It's tiny. It was born without an eye. It is mean as hell. So its name when she got it was One Eye, like one eye, One Eye. It is now Demon. It's mean. So it has nothing going for it is the best way to put it.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, it's got to go in Zoel's bathroom. We're going to lock it in there until I can figure out what to do with it. But it can't be in the house. So I put both the cats in Zoel's bathroom. It's now been 3 weeks. The cats have been out of the bathroom for 2 weeks. I can't get rid of the smell in the bathroom. Like, the bathroom
still
is
smell it?
quarantined at this point.
Oh my gosh.
And I've tried everything. And so we built a catio outside. So
I love that you have catio.
I tried to do it while Rick was at work because I knew when he got home and he found out there were 2 extra cats, the shit was going to hit the fan.
Did it?
He took it well because he knows I'm going to do what I need to do for my kid.
Yeah.
But I also already had a plan before he came home. Like, I wasn't trying to bring them in the home. I knew better. So I was like, we're building a catio. That's what I'm doing. And the goal was to finish the catio before he ever got home.
Right.
That did not work out.
Yeah, it's a good plan.
It did not work out. So he did have to help me finish the catio, but he did help me finish the catio. Now we have a very large catio that the 2 remaining cats live in. It still stinks. It's evil. I had to change its cat litter the other day when Zoe was at my dad's house that we keep out in the catio. And it was trying to bite me the whole time. I've never known a cat that just bites people doing good for it.
So if she goes to live with your dad, you're still just going to have...
Yeah, I can't send that cat to my dad's. I can't let it ruin my dad's house. This is my world as a parent. This is the dog that lives in Zaylee's room, also Zoe's.
No. See, this is why I'm so glad that Dante has stuck to his guns about not having animals in the house and not letting his kids have any animals, because I can't do it. I can't live with animals. And they want a dog so bad, and he's just like, nope. And his son is
I'm not a dog person. I like dogs other people own. I don't even want to pet them, but cute and good for you. No. And Rick though is a dog person, but he doesn't let his dogs live in the house. He has big German shepherds. So like his mom is taking care of his German shepherds until we buy bigger property. So his mom has his German shepherds and I have my cats. And he was like, listen, when these cats, I'm not telling you to get rid of your cats, but when these cats die, we're not replacing these cats. There'll be no more cats. And literally 2 days before Zoe said, come get me, he's like, there'll be no more cats in this house. And I'm like, I thought I had 3 cats for a second. I was like, oh, shit.
No. Oh, my gosh. See, I'm not an anything person, so it would not fly in that household. So every time his kids bring up anything about, I want to get his son wants like a gerbil or something like that.
No, don't do it.
And I just look at him, and he's just like, no, it's not happening. I was like, you best believe it's not happening. I was like, you can't even keep your room clean. You think you're going to get a gerbil cage? What do you think? You're just never going to have to clean that?
Yeah.
No, that's not how that works. If you get a gerbil, it's going to end out outside.
Right.
And in its cage. I'll leave it in its cage and put it outside, and then you can see how long that lasts, because we have feral cats all around the neighborhood. So not happening.
Well, thankfully my kids are not asking for small rodents, but yeah, we're at our limit. And Zoe has stopped bringing home animals, is the moral of this story.
Yeah, that's not allowed anymore.
Yeah, no, I know. And I mean, the cat smells so bad. I took it to the vet. Like, when it got here, I was like, the first thing we're doing is taking this cat to the vet and figure out what the hell's going on. Why does it smell this bad? I've never known a cat to smell. The cat itself. I'm not even saying it's peeing on shit. I mean, it does. But the cat itself stinks. Take it to the doctor. Cat wants to fuck the doctor up. Like, doctor's like, you're going to have to, like, give it some anxiety pills and bring it back. I can't even. It was crazy. She was like, this is the spiciest cat I've seen in a long time.
Spicy.
And she's acting crazy. So the vet was like, here's some medicine. I think maybe it's a UTI that can create this problem. I was like, great. That'd be awesome. Spend $200 at the vet for them to give me medicine for UTI. I'm supposed to come back in a week and get them checked on. In a week, smell's not gone. Problem is not solved. But now we got the cat drugged up so they can do a better look. So they do a better look at the cat, and there's nothing wrong with the cat. I mean, other than it was born messed up, but like there's no reason for it to smell other than it's probably just not taking care of itself.
Yeah.
So it shouldn't be alive. I don't know. I don't know how else to put it.
He got dealt a bad lot.
Oh my God. And then speaking of cats, Rick buys me a new table and chairs the other day, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's stunning piece of furniture, and it has leather on the chairs, and all I can think about are my cats. And what are my cats going to do these fucking chairs? And what is Rick going to do? So I research it, figure it out. I buy cat. Oh yeah, I did. I went, well, anyway, so we got the cat fake nails. So now we have furniture, for the cats, furniture we worry about with the cats, which now has foil on it because cats don't jump on foil, I've heard. We have a catio and a dog that lives in Zaylee's room. And I don't even really like animals, y'all. I like cats, but I don't like this kind of cats. I'm not this crazy cat lady.
I'm so sorry.
So anyways, that's what I've been doing.
Sounds like so much fun.
Everyone, are you jealous? Are you jealous?
Just a little bit, probably.
Yeah. On Saturday night, we got invited to a birthday thing, and I asked Rick if he wanted to go, and he likes the person whose birthday it was. Do you want to go? I kind of need to get out and get away from all this. He was like, Zeta, I'm not a good person when I drink, and I just really don't want to go out and drink. So, no, I don't really want to go. I was like, All right, I'm going to sit in the garage and have a drink by myself. I don't know what to tell you.
Well,
This is my life this week. Catch up next week. It'll be better.
Nice, very nice.
Yeah.
Well, my life's been going pretty good. I'm really excited that it is October. October is literally my favorite month of the year. I love October. And as soon as October hits, I do a wardrobe change. So I take all of my summer clothes and everything, and I put them up, and I bring out my winter wardrobe.
And you already did that?
Yes.
Because it's been so hot here.
Well, I did it already.
Yeah, you're ready.
So I don't care. I am manifesting the weather that I want. And really, honestly, now I'm happy because anything under the 90s, I'm happy. I'm good. Okay, so this weather that we've been having lately has been top tier to me. I'm so excited. But Donjay laughed at me because he walked through my by my wardrobe, like all my hanging stuff that I have out, and it's all black. There's like it's black and white.
Yeah.
And he was like, babe, I was like, well, that's my winter wardrobe. I pretty much just wear black the rest of the year. That's it. Especially in October, that's all you're going to catch me in is black. It's straight up black, but I love it. And
you are wearing all black right now.
I have been wearing all black literally the past couple of weeks. Like that's all I'm wearing, black and white. That's it. I'm basically Wednesday Addams now.
I posted the picture of you and I that you made, Ellis County bound picture with the cherry blossom in the background. And I posted it, on our page, but also posted it on my page. And I had so many friends that were messaging me, and they were like, "That you and Kelly are so funny." Like, that's really how y'all dress. Like, y'all weren't just trying to look different. Like, y'all make no sense.
I know, that's why we work.
I was like, that's why I love it. I said, but that is how I dressed 25, 30 years ago. That's exactly how I dress. So really, it makes total sense. You don't know that you won't be looking like this in 15 years.
It's true. That's very true. But
you never know.
My love for black and more like rocker goth is just so strong, though. So I don't know.
I feel you.
But another thing that was really exciting is that we had a Friday the 13th this October, which I had looked it up, and the last one was in 2017. And there's only been, this is now the third one, I think they said the last 20 years. There was one in 1995, one in so there's more than that. But there hasn't been one since 2017. And the next one is not going to be, I believe, until, what was it? 2028. There won't be another Friday the 13th in October.
That's crazy.
I know. Isn't that crazy?
So what'd you do?
So neat. Oh, so of course I got a tattoo because that is one of my just things I love to do. I love to go get flash tattoos on.
I don't think everyone knows this. So tell them what people do with the tattoos.
Okay. So pretty much a lot of our tattoo shops will do flash tattoos on Friday the 13th. It's just a big thing. So it doesn't have to be just in October. It's just any time that there's a Friday the 13th, most shops have flash tattoos. So that means if you go in the shop, they'll have already pre-drawn out things on, and usually they're anywhere from like $20 up, like $20, $60. They have different sheets that you can choose from, and they're just already pre-drawn things.
Yeah.
And so you can just choose whatever you want, and that's what they tattoo on you. But a lot of times it's just at a discounted rate because it's just a simple little tattoo. And so ever since I have started getting tattoos when I was 18, I will go and get Friday the 13th tattoos whenever I can. But last year I didn't get any tattoos. I haven't gotten a tattoo in over a year. So this is my first one that I've gotten in a really long time. So I was really excited for it because it's been a long time. And tattoos are one of my favorite forms of therapy because I don't like anybody touching me, So it is still hard. But the fact that it is like you really have to, I don't think that it hurts a lot. There is pain though, especially depending on where you're getting it at and like how big of a piece and if you're getting color as well. So it is tender and it does hurt. But it's really therapeutic to me because I have to get into a certain mindset to like kind of put that pain out of my head. And so in doing that, it makes the whole process and somebody having their hands on me very easy to deal with because I'm like having to center myself and not really think about the pain. So then I'm not really thinking about them touching me either. So the whole kind of process is just very therapeutic for me. And then also I just love the look of me being heavily tattooed. And this actually started when I was younger, when I first started getting tattoos. Of course, my mother did not like it. She didn't tell me I couldn't do it, but you could tell that she wasn't really for me getting tattoos. But I was old enough, I could make my own decisions, and I was paying for them. And my mom and my dad actually paid for my very first tattoo I ever got. They paid for it.
I'm surprised by that.
Christmas present, yeah. But then I just kept on getting them. So Mom's like, okay, you ever going to stop? And I'm like, nope.
Slow down.
So after getting tattooed and seeing that, there was one Halloween that I went for as Kat Von D for Halloween. So I ordered a lot of tattoos, and I sleeved myself out with temporary tattoos and to be Kat Von D. And after I finished putting all the tattoos and sleeving myself out, and I saw that in the mirror, I was like, that's how I'm supposed to look. That's what I need. That's what I want. Like, I loved myself being heavily tattooed and covered in tattoos.
Right.
There was just this, and ever since then, I've dedicated like my time and any time like to covering and getting that look. It's been implanted in my head. Like, that's what I want to look like.
Right.
And I love it. I just love the look of all my tattoos. It's kind of like a second skin. So it's like being covered, even if I'm not covered. So if I'm wearing a shirt that doesn't cover my arms or anything like that, it almost feels like I still have a covering on.
Yeah, so no, I totally get that.
It's just something I really love. And I just...
So what did you get this October?
So this October, Friday the 13th, I actually it's really funny because I have on both sides of my arms, there's a certain spot on both sides. It's like right under my shoulders. On each side, there was this spot because I'm right now on both my arms, I'm just filling in spots because I have pieces, and some of them are big, some of them are small.
You're trying to make them full sleeves.
So yes. And so right now I'm filling in with things as much as I can. Now, there will come a point where I'll have to get just filler and fill it that's like not really like, so it could be like stars or spider webs or something to just fill in the gaps. So if I wanted to be completely sleeved out, but right now I'm still trying to find pieces that will still work. And that really helps doing Friday the 13th tattoos because a lot of them are on a smaller scale and they're more affordable. So it's easier to go in and get a couple of small tattoos that can fill in those spots, and it's cheaper. And so I had a spot on both of my arms around the same area that are around the same size that I needed to fill in. So I was like, okay, well, I'm going to get these spots filled in. So I went in, and it just so happened that on one of the papers, there were these two really awesome moths, and they weren't the same. They weren't identical, but they were similar.
Yeah.
And so I was like, that's it. That's what I want. And so I got those two moths on both
sides.
So I got two.
Well, I can't wait to see.
And I love them so much.
Aw, I would name them because I'm like that.
Well, I have named some of my tattoos before, so I might have to do that.
Yeah,
I have a little fish, Friday the 13th fish. It's a fish, but it's just bones.
Yeah.
And its name's Freddie.
Oh, okay.
So.
Well,
or baby bones.
So did you go with anyone to get the tattoos, or you just go by yourself?
I went by myself. I had originally was going to go with people, and that's usually always the way that it starts. But I always like to go in when the tattoo shop's open. Yeah. So, and a lot of times it works for me anyways, because I work in the afternoon. And it's usually after 2:00. And most tattoos shops open either around like 11 or 12. And so I like to go in first thing and be the first one in the door.
Right.
And so I was the first one that was there, and I was the first one that got tattooed at the shop.
Oh, okay.
And it was at Ink Masters here in Waxahachie, and that's an amazing shop. So if you are looking to get a tattoo, they have a lot of amazing artists there. I've been tattooed by most of the people at that shop. There's a lot of really good artists, and the owner of the shop, I've been tattooed by him as well.
Yeah.
They're so amazing. But I actually got a new artist this time. Her name is Patience, and she's been there since March, but of course I haven't been there in over a year. So I was like, awesome, new artists. And she did an amazing job.
Oh, well, good. I
had a lot of fun.
I like it. Did you? That was exciting. We were supposed to get our fingers retouched, but we didn't get to it.
One of these days we're going to get old Ren fixed. That's all.
I don't even know what mine I can't even read anymore. I'm so blind anyway. I think mine is Ange. There's no B or L or really an E. It's just orange.
I only have where I can see a little bit of an R and an E and an N, so I'm Ren. Ren.
Oh, Ren. I got a friend named Ren, actually.
Do you?
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
I need to meet them. Be like, look, I have your name tattooed
Yeah.
on me.
But hers has got a W in front of it.
Oh.
Yeah. But yeah, I do.
Okay, so our topic of the day today is small wins. When I talk about small wins, it is the fact that sometimes life gets really out of hand. Like you can't control everything. And most of the time, even when you do plan things, nothing's going to go right. So whenever your life is feeling out of control, sometimes you have to focus on the small things that you do accomplish to kind of give yourself a confidence boost to make yourself feel better, right?
Right.
So I'm all about small wins, and mainly because I don't have any big ones. So one of my small wins would be leaving the house without spending any money. This one doesn't happen very often because I'm a money spender.
Yeah.
But whenever I am able to go and come back and not have spent any money, that's a big. Actually, I would consider that a big win.
That is a pretty big win. Yeah.
But small win.
Yeah. Remember last Saturday when I came to record and I spent $100 because my daughter came with me?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was not a small win.
I think it's pretty much impossible to leave the house when you have children going with you.
Accurate. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Zaylee came with us today, and I told her, listen, we're not having a repeat of last week where your sister wanted to go just to get the house, and the next thing you know, I'm spending $100. And so she was like, okay. And so she goes and buys her own tea. I didn't even have to buy her tea.
Aw, small
That's
win.
a small win.
Very good. That's a small parenting win.
That
right
is a
there.
small parenting win. Oh, and she bought me a record. She's over here pointing at it.
That's so sweet. That
she went and spent her own money and bought me a Johnny Cash record.
That is
No, small win. That's a big win.
That's a big win.
Yeah.
Teaching your kids to have that selflessness and to give to others. It feels good, doesn't it? It feels good to give to others.
She tried to, her brother wanted to go to the donut store this morning, and I was like, all right, I didn't have cash on me, so I was figuring out where to get the cash. I have cash upstairs. It's Rick I could grab, or I could give him my card. She was like, oh, I got 20. Just take my 20. He was like, no, I'm taking your money. He would not take it. Nope. Not doing it. Nope. All right. I was like, go up there and take Rick's. He was like, okay.
That's always better, right? Dante was giving his daughter something. She had to buy like a cheer shirt that day. And so he was like getting his wallet out and handing her. And then they were going to, I think they were going to the fair or something like that. So he was shelling out some money for that. I just put out my hand. I was like, okay, while you're giving out money, can I have something?
Yeah, go ahead and hand to me as well.
Didn't work.
No.
Oh, well. Okay, so another one of my small wins would be getting up the first time my alarm goes off.
Oh, yeah.
Not snoozing it.
I'm not a big snoozer. I usually wake up before my alarm, but when I was younger, that would have been a small win.
I'm the person that has to have like 3 or 4 different alarms because I'm not going to get up to the first one.
Right.
And so, yeah. I
used to be that person. You could end up like this.
Well,
sorry.
Here's hoping.
It means you wake up 3 hours before you want to.
Oh, well.
But you'll get a lot done.
It's hard for me to wake up. It's hard for me to wake up, but I think it's because it's so hard for me to go to sleep. So I sit there and I fight myself at night trying to go to sleep, and I can't shut my brain down. So then when I actually have finally gotten to the point where my brain is being quiet, that it's so hard for me to want to give that up. I'm like, no, just 5 more minutes.
Yeah, a little longer.
So yeah.
What else you got? What are your...
No, now it's your turn.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I win.
It's my turn. Making my bed.
Yes.
No matter how much I'm running late, I try my hardest to make my bed because when I get home from a hard day, I come home to a made bed.
And that is the best feeling.
It is. I try to make it where when I sit down, when you told me this topic, that was the first, literally before I left the room, like I said, I'll be right back. I got to think. That was the first thing that popped because it does just make me feel better. Mm-hmm. And it makes me maintain my room because I feel like a made bed deserves a clean room.
Yep.
So it kind of goes together. It's kind of like I buy myself flowers if I want a really clean kitchen because I feel like, a clean kitchen deserves flowers. Mm-hmm. So it kind of works the same way.
Yeah, I've always felt, ever since I was young, I think my mom told me, if you make your bed, it gives you good luck for the day because she was trying to get me into the habit of making my bed. So that was always my thought process of, it being good luck. But really just kind of puts you on a good foot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're just like, that's my first small accomplishment for the day.
Opposite of that is, there's an old the cowboy like hat rules. There's I think we've discussed them before. I have on the other podcasts, but there's cowboy policies. I don't know what you call them, but hat rules, standards, whatever, superstitions.
Yeah.
And it is that you never put a hat on a bed.
Oh, really?
Like in any way, shape, or form, you don't put a hat on the bed.
Don't set it on the bed.
No, you don't ever set it on the bed. And you don't ever set a cowboy hat down. It has to be right side up, like, the opening on the top.
Yeah.
Because you're pouring out your good luck. And when you put it on a bed, they believe that you are wishing, you're going to end up getting yourself ill or hurt and taken to the bed.
Oh, because that makes sense.
Yeah. So,
well, see, I don't have a cowboy hat, so I guess I don't have to worry about any of these
my
rules.
niece, we grew up with these rules. I've always known the rules. But my niece, after my brother passed away, one of my younger niece placed a hat on the bed, and my older niece, I swear, flew across the room and knocked that hat off the bed.
It's better for it to be on the floor than on the bed, I guess.
Yeah, she was like, you've been raised better.
I can't believe you would bring this on us.
I know. It was funny.
That juju. We don't need that.
Yeah. Anyways, as usual, off the subject. Okay, so my other one is when I got divorced. This is a big win. But and I've told this story before, but it really meant a lot to me. When I was married, we never had any money. Like, we just never had money. We were paying for daycare. We were paying for car payment, whatever. We were always broke, And for some reason, we got divorced, and I suddenly had more money.
It's crazy how that happens.
It definitely wasn't the child support. And so I never had artwork or things on my walls or decorations on my walls that somebody else didn't give me or that I didn't get from a garage sale, or for the most part, someone gave them to me. My mom gave them to me, whatever. And my house just never looked nice. I'm not going to say it wasn't dirty. It just never looked put together. Yeah. It looked like a college kid's house, and I was like freaking 28. And so my goal was, when I got divorced, to really focus on buying myself important things. And that was my small win, was when I bought my very first piece of art that I chose for my home. And it was a really big deal for me.
That's
and I had a really good guy friend in Houston, Tim, that we've talked about before. And Tim knew how important it was to me. So Tim took me to buy 2 pieces of art for my home, which I still have. And I have a waiting list of people that want one of them in particular. The lady.
Yeah, the lady.
Not my mom's lady, but the naked lady. But that was a small but big win, because you can get a piece of art for $10 at a garage sale, or you can find something really cool for nothing.
Yeah, you can.
And it was nice to do that for myself. And my mom had always bothered my mom. Like, it was a big deal to her. That's why she gave me so much, because it pissed her off I didn't have a nice home. And so for me to be able to do that for myself was important to me, because I knew it was important to her.
Yeah.
And it was important to me. But I guess that's a big win.
That is a big one.
That's a big one.
You're not even following what I told you to do.
I'm sorry.
Okay?
Those are the 2
Do you know what I have to go with next? Having a good hair day. Okay? Having a good hair day is a small win for me. But
I'm sorry, those are the first 2 things that popped in my head. That is the first 2 things. But good hair day is a hell of a good thing.
It's a good confidence booster. That's why if I really don't have time to do anything else, I'm going to take the time to do a little bit to my hair, because it just, even if I don't have any makeup on, if my hair looks good, I feel better.
Right.
Yeah. So
that's a good one.
Yeah.
I think so.
And here's the rabbit hole for me. Speaking of hair, last night I dyed my hair black. And as I was telling my boyfriend that I was going to be dyeing my hair black, he looks at me like really awkward. He's like, "Your hair's already black." I said, "No, it's not." I said, "My hair is very dark brown. It's a dark."
I did not even notice you dyed it. I'm sorry.
I have a very dark brunette hair.
Yeah.
But you can tell a difference. And maybe it's just because it's me and it's my head, but I can definitely tell a difference, especially after summer, because the summer sun always lightens up,
out, yeah.
especially the ends. And so during the winter, I like to go in and just get some cheap box dye. And I like the cheap box dye because on my hair, I like that it gradually starts washing out, and I don't have to worry about like seeing anything or having to do root touch-ups. It just gradually does wash out because it's cheap. And so I did it, and I was like, I understand that you might not notice a difference because you're a guy. Right. But I noticed the difference, and at the end of the day, I'm doing it for me and not for anybody else.
Yeah, so it's for you.
I can definitely tell that it's darker. So
I would say my other small win, and this really is a small win, is when my jewelry ties together perfect.
having banging jewelry.
Yeah, because I really love big earrings. I like it when I can find a way to make my big earrings work with a necklace because I'm really weird about it. Like I feel like they kind of compete with each other.
Yeah. Yeah. And you don't want it to be too much.
Yes. And so it has to just tie perfectly.
Perfect balance. Yeah.
Yes. And so sometimes I'm like, hell
It's like-
yeah,
it's
look
like-
at those hoops looking good with that ring.
It's like jewelry feng shui.
It is. Yeah, it totally is. So yeah, I would say that's another.
Yeah, it is. That's
win.
it.
Yeah.
Small win.
Small win. I go big, y'all.
Go big or go home. We ain't going home.
Yeah. So we're going big.
So my other one is getting to the point where all of the laundry in the laundry room is done. So
that's a big win.
And it's hard to do because it's.
I know women that have never done it. I know most men never have.
It's a constant like circulation of clothes. But the thing is, like, there might be still like towels in the bathroom that need to be washed or stuff like that. But like the actual laundry room bin that's in the laundry room.
Yeah.
Being like there's
Empty.
and then there's nothing in the dryer and there's nothing in the washer at that moment. Yeah. Like that is such a good feeling, not having anything in that bin.
And you pretty much have to not have children.
I know it doesn't.
Our husband.
It used to happen a lot.
You pretty
more
much
for
have to
me.
live alone.
I used to, and that's what I'm saying. It used to actually be something that I could
Consistent,
accomplish,
yeah.
and so it really wasn't a win to me then. I mean, it was because I'm like, oh, all my laundry's done. It's a much bigger win now that there is a man and 2 teenagers in the house.
Yep.
Because there's a lot more laundry.
I will tell you, here's my rabbit hole on that one. I lost my shit this morning on my children.
Did you?
I didn't go crazy mad, but I was very to the point because laundry. I do laundry every day. You know I do.
Yeah,
I do
you have
laundry
to do laundry every day.
single day. Okay, so I get up in the morning and go down to make coffee, and on the way to making coffee, I stop.
You're switching out
and
loads.
switching out loads. So that I'm done with coffee and like. I got to feed an animal, let another animal out and do that. By the time I'm done with that, it's ready for me to go back in there and make another shift. And then I get ready for work and I leave for work. So I'm already on like second load before 5:30 a.m. when I leave for work.
Yeah.
I'm all over it. What do I do every day? I ask my children, do you have any laundry? Where's your laundry? Bring me your laundry. I don't even make them put their own laundry in there because I kind of like to control that a little bit. So just bring me your laundry. Bring me your laundry. My son, I don't have any laundry. That's weird because you wore clothes to school yesterday. So are you wearing the same clothes again today? Because he will.
Yeah.
If I let him.
Yeah.
Or are you just not washing them and you don't know where they are? They just disappeared? Like, where did they go? And no, I don't have any laundry.
You're just like,
I don't have any
oh,
laundry.
they've got another round left in them.
I know this kid did not do his own fucking laundry. I mean, Zaylee will do her own laundry, but he doesn't. I don't know if he even knows how. And
Probably
so
not.
I'm just like, no. And so I've been all week long, bring me the laundry, bring me the laundry, bring me the laundry. So today, I am trying to do my morning, either Saturday morning or Sunday morning every week is when I get the house under control for the week. I do the deep cleaning. Mm-hmm. And I get on him because I had... This is a totally different story we'll get to later. I had to put fake nails on my cat. And,
we'll definitely get into
We'll get back to this one. So when I had to do the fake nails for the cat, I needed to catch the cat, and the cat went underneath his bed. And so I'm trying to get the cat out from underneath his bed, so I have to take a broom to it because he has a pretty big bed. And I pull out all the damn clothes he didn't know what happened to that he swore weren't dirty. And there's like 3 damn loads.
Yeah.
I lost my shit.
Yeah.
And so then he's like, that's fine, I'll just do the laundry. I said, except this is my laundry day. Except this is when I wash my rugs and my comforters and my sheets and my towels.
Throwing off the feng shui.
Yeah, like I asked you Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday because that's kid laundry days. Mm-hmm. Today is Zeta's laundry days for household goods. This is not throw in your shit because it was under your bed. Anyway, sorry.
Got lost in another dimension.
Yeah,
That's what happened.
Fuck kids. No, I'm kidding.
Moral of the story.
My kid is sitting next to us.
So glad I don't have this, except I do.
Yeah. So, except oops.
Except oops.
So, that's... and so my small win on that one would be that I told he wanted a little basket to put his clothes in. It would have required a small truck. Mm-hmm. And I was like, nope. You're going to leave that shit right there. You're going to clean your room, everything except for that pile. And then tomorrow you can do your laundry because it's my turn and you should have planned this better. And he was like, okay, because he doesn't care if his room's clean.
No.
Except tomorrow I'm going to make his life hell over it.
Yeah.
Until we learn a lesson.
What is it with teenage boys and not wanting to clean their room?
I don't know, but you know what it is? They don't want to listen. And so I saw a TikTok where this mom is like holding a pot, right? And she's got like mittens on holding like the handles.
Oh, I've seen this one.
Yes, and she's like the bottom top. And she's trying to hand it to him and he keeps trying to grab the bottom. And she's like the bottom's fucking hot.
Like, what?
Because he is just a foot in front of her, oblivious. I literally had the same thing happen with Zoe 3 minutes before I saw it today. And I didn't show it to him. I wanted to, but I heard him in his room talking shit about me. So I decided I pushed it too far. He was like, I never get a thank you. I'm just... I was like, I hear you.
How often does he give you a thank you?
I said, should I thank you for finding your dirty clothes that you lied about? Like... Anyways, sorry about that, everybody. Don't have kids. Use birth control.
I think most of our audience is past the point that you can give them that.
I'll tell you what.
That advice.
I don't know when this part's going to air, but we have gone, well, our first episode will explain this. We have gone to see a friend do a comedy show, right? And her bit was a large part about her children and her husband and just life. And she's really funny about her children. And she's like, fuck these kids, but like in a funny way. I was like, I could have written that whole damn bit. Like, she sounds just like, no wonder we're friends.
I was laughing so hard because I'm like,
didn't it sound just like me?
Yes.
She was so funny. I was like, oh my God.
I don't even have kids and this shit's funny.
I know. So anyways, so my small win was that I told him no. And currently, at this very moment, I do have rugs in the dryer, and I did do my shit.
I'm proud. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you very much.
Saying no
and
is
I have
definitely
fresh
a small
sheets
win.
on my bed, and it's made.
Mm-hmm. Very nice.
And his has a cat with fake nails on it, on his.
Okay, you're really going to have to just tell them about the cat's fake nails because
Okay,
they're going to be like, what the heck is this?
Okay, so Rick's daughter, I'm going to go down the whole story. Rick's daughter likes to play Dungeons and Dragons with her friends. And so they like to get together and they play Dungeons and Dragons, and it lasts about 2.5 hours. And our place is their favorite place to do it, except our dining room table chairs suck. They are so uncomfortable. They are not meant for a big ass, and I'm the only one with one. They're uncomfortable for them with small asses. And so every time our friends come over, they're like, the chairs are just too uncomfortable.
Yeah, you can't do this 2.5 hour thing.
Yeah, so they have sat in our camper. They have sat in her grandma's camper. They have sat in her grandma's house at her table. They have tried her bedroom. They have tried both the other girls' homes. And they want to be in our home, but in more comfortable chairs.
Okay.
So we'll leave for them so they can, if that's the worst
Have
thing
their
you're doing.
wild Dungeons and Dragons party.
I mean, God bless her. This kid is.
I might get a little crazy and order a pizza. What?
Yeah. We're like, we'll order it for you. You want some crazy bread, bitch? I got you. Go over there and help Balhaltamar, whatever his name is, in your dungeon. They name them weird names. Anyway, so Rick and I have been looking online for weeks for a good table and chairs. We don't want to buy a new one because A, we don't really know what our forever home is going to look like. We have plans to buy a home when Zoe's done with school. And it's going to be outside of Waxahachie, somewhere in the area. And so we don't know how big a space we're going to have, but we definitely needed a bigger table, but we don't have a lot of space in the current home we're in. So it's kind of we needed better chairs. It was kind of like if we find good chairs that match the current table, we'll get those.
Yeah.
If we find, but if we find good chairs that come with a good table, we'll get that.
Yeah.
So he's flipping through these, and he is 1990s shit. Like, it's all bad. It's like cherry wood bad. And I'm like, no, God, no. So finally he finds one, and he's like, what do you think of this one? I don't know if I like it or not. I can't figure it out. I've never seen anything like it. And he shows it to me. I'm like, I love it. I love everything about it. I love it. And he was like, what do you like about it? I was like, I don't know, but I love it. I love everything about it. I can do a lot with that. So he's like, okay, I'm getting you this table and chairs. It never occurs to me that the chairs are leather. Like the inserts are leather.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, let's go. So he goes, I'm going to message her and see if we can get it. I'm like, all right. But he couldn't pick it up till the next day. This is Thursday night's conversation. So he calls me yesterday on his way home from work. Okay, be ready when I get there. We're going to get the table and chairs. She said, yes, we could wait. And it's an hour away. So, like, I need to be ready to walk out the door. I'm like, let's go get it. So he picks me up. We're on our way. It hits me. I have cats. Yeah. And they fucking love leather. Like, they love to kill it.
And murder those chairs.
And
so
Rick's
fast.
going to murder them.
Yeah.
So I'm like nervous. The whole way there, I'm like, what am I going to do? This is a real problem.
It's definitely not a good combination.
It's not. This is a real problem. And I love my cats. And so I'm like, okay, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I'm just going to have to get their nails removed. They're going to have to be inside cats forever and get their nails removed. Like, I can't risk this. And I know Rick wants a leather couch when we move to. I prefer not to have a leather couch, but he wants one, so whatever. And and now that we have these chairs, it'll match. So, okay. So I'm like, so we get there, and Rick gets out, and we get out. We look at it. They're beautiful. We're like, we love them. I'm thinking, what am I going to do? Madison and I get in the truck, and, she's been going to school to be a vet, which she's actually changing that, but currently she's been going to school to be a vet. And I get in that thing, and I say to her, I go, what do you think I'm going to do about these cats? She goes, oh, my God. Like, it hit her. And I was like, yeah, like, this is a problem. I said, I'm going to have to get them declawed. And I hate to do that. I'm not a fan of that. I was like, but that's the only way they're going to live, because he's going to kill them. And she was like, oh, you could just get those caps. And I was like, what do you mean? What caps? What are you talking about? She was like, they're caps. They're cat caps. And they're like fake nails that go over their claw. Like, it fits over the whole claw.
Yeah.
And you glue it to them like a fake nail.
Yeah.
And then when they grow out, it comes off and you put a new claw on. Just like fake nails.
That is wild. I've never heard of that.
Yes.
Well, probably because I'm not a cat person, but
I had never heard of it, and I am a cat person. And so I'm like, are you kidding? This is something? And she goes, yeah, they're supposed to be easy to do at home and everything. She was like, I've never done them, but I've clipped cats' nails before. I mean, we could probably figure it out. So we're in the truck, like, looking up how to do it. And so I'm like, now I got to tell Rick that this is a worry. Like, it's not even occurred to him yet.
yeah, he's still oblivious.
He's just happy. And this was not a cheap table and chairs. This is a very nice piece of furniture. So we're trying not to get it ruined. So I'm like, okay. So he gets in the truck, and we go eat, and we're on our way to go eat. And I'm like, hey, I'm thinking I'm going to have to go. We're going to leave. I don't know what your plan is, but I'm thinking, let's move the dining room table tonight into the kitchen or living or dining room, and leave the chairs in the garage till tomorrow. And he was like, why? Why would we not? I was like, well, because we have cats, and I'm going to have to put these cap things on their nails. Oh, my God. Like, it hit him.
My plan is foiled.
So then I was afraid if I mentioned it before we got him, he wouldn't get them.
Yeah, true.
So, I'm being honest.
I know. You were being a little bit manipulative
A little sneaky. It's not manipulative. It's sneaky.
Oh, that's pretty much what
We're going to go with sneaky.
Okay, we'll go with that. Whatever.
And so then Madison's like, well, I can come help you tomorrow. I'll come help you do it. And I was like,
she's such a sweetie.
thank you, baby Jesus, because I know this is going to be a challenge. And so I get up this morning, I go get the nails, I go to PetSmart. They have two choices. They come in sizes, so that you can get size small or size medium based on the poundage of your cats. Mm-hmm. One of my cats is considerably smaller than the both, but I think they're both in the medium range. They only have two color choices. You get two colors per package. My color choice was black and clear, which that's what color my cat's paws are. Like, you're going to not be able to tell if they're outgrowing them, unless you can't grab their hand, mm-hmm. Or hot pink and purple glitter.
Oh, perfect. You got the hot pink and purple glitter.
I did. Obi felt a little demasculated this morning.
Hey, I think purple glitter is very masculine.
That's what I said. I told him.
It's like Prince.
That's what I told him. Exactly. I was like, lots of men love purple.
Yeah, it's true.
He was like, not the ones I hang out with. So I'm like, okay. So then I'm like, my daughter's cats, live in the catio now. And so my daughter has anxiety medication for her cat, because one of her cats has some issues going to the vet. So we have to medicate it. Mm-hmm. So I was like, great. We'll just give them this medication to put the nails on them, because you have to trim their nails. And all my years of owning cats, I have never one time ever trimmed a cat's nails. I've trimmed dogs' nails, but not cats. So
this sounds like a losing battle.
I'm scared, y'all. Okay. I'm scared. My cats don't fuck around. So I'm like, okay, we're going to get Frankie first, which is the girl cat. And she's sweet, my sweet baby. And like, her spidey senses knew that shit was about to hit the fan.
She was like,
And she was like, I got to go. And so Madison, Zoll, Zaylee, and I are running around the house with a blanket trying to throw it over her.
Poor baby.
And during this is when I located Zoll's presence of an underground kingdom under his bed.
Yeah.
And that's where the cat was hiding. And so finally we catch the cat. This is just trying to give it the medication.
Yeah.
Finally catch the cat with a blanket. I wrap it up like a little burrito. And Madison goes to...
burrito.
A burrito.
Sorry,
That was so good. Wait, where's Al's sound effects? Hang on. I don't know if it's the right one. Nope, wrong one. Which is the right... Nope, that's not it either. Nope. I sound just like fucking Al. There it is. I sound like Al. Welcome. I'm sorry. I don't have my glasses on. I couldn't read the buttons. Al does that and it pisses Amy off.
I'm so glad that we're keeping the...
I legit did it. He does it. He does it like he really is just fucking with people. I legit just messed that up. Anyway, so we get the burrito going. And I'm holding the cat, and she is fucking pissed. She is not having it, and I'm holding her. And Madison comes and shoves that medicine down her throat, and she is fighting it. She will not open her mouth. She is like a toddler. Mm-hmm. She is fighting it. Get that medicine in her mouth. She just goes limp, and she's like, all right, that's cool. So I just kept her in the burrito, and Madison clipped her nails, and she'd take her paw out one at a time.
Yeah.
Occasionally she'd kind of hiss, but I just hold her head and, Yeah. And then she had to go back over it and you put glue in it and then you stick it over their nails.
That's so cool.
And so we got the first one done and I was like, okay. And I was thinking, she was feral when I found her. So I thought she was going to be the real challenge. Obi is pretty agreeable for most things. No, I misjudged this situation. Yeah. Obi's like, yeah, you can pick me up, bitch. But we're going toe to toe. So I'm trying to wrap him in a burrito, and he is hurting me through the tortilla.
Oh, my gosh.
And he is losing his shit. He is the first time he's ever hissed at me. And we've had him like 8-9 years. This is the first time he's ever hissed at me. He is pissed. The whole time it was a challenge. He eventually, and we medicated him too. He fought the medication, and then he fought the nails.
Oh, my gosh.
We have one nail it wasn't happening. It wasn't happening. After so many attempts, I was like, I feel like that one nail will be all right. Yeah. I told the kid.
You're going to have like one nail scratch on all the chairs.
I'm going to tell you, I walked those fucking chairs today. In fact, when I get home, I'm going to take pictures like I rented a car so I can prove any dings that existed.
Right. that was already there.
I know it's coming. I know it's coming. So,
oh my gosh, that's so
funny. Dungeons and Dragons started at 3 today.
I'm so glad.
About right now, what time is it? It's 3:13. They're in the middle of D&D at my home.
So that's awesome.
Yeah. So that is the story of the fake nails. Frankie, the girl, has hot pink.
Yeah.
She has white fur, so it looks amazing. She's like Barbie ready. And Obi is de-emasculated and has the dark purple with glitter.
Wow.
But his paws are black, so it kind of blends in. You really can't see his, but hers,
yeah.
She looks like she's got a date later.
Maybe she does.
Yeah. Madison has fake nails on right now, and Madison was doing it. She's like, look, girl, we're the same.
We matching.
Anyways, that's what I did today, y'all.
So happy for you. Mm-hmm. All right, so my last little small win is making plans and not canceling them.
Yeah, that's a good one, too.
Because it happens a lot. Because I have a very social side of me that will make plans, and then my antisocial side will be like, what were you thinking?
I like to cancel plans.
Yeah, I was just like, oh, you thought you were doing that.
Yeah, you were wrong.
Nope, not today. So,
my other small win would be whenever I remove when I bring all my purses with me. Because, my purse has a purse.
Yes.
Because I have a big purse.
It's like the little China dolls or whatever thing.
Yeah, the Russian stacking dolls.
The Russian stacking dolls where there's a purse inside a purse inside a purse.
Yeah, so I have my main purse, which is my mom purse, and then I have my regular purse, which is my regular purse.
Yeah.
So I forget one or the other on a regular basis. So it's a small win when the wallet makes it in the purse that's in my arm.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So I'm gonna put that.
So proud.
A big win was when Kelly found our SD card the other day.
Yeah, so that happened, but
yeah,
that was a big win.
Yeah, that was a big win.
We'd have to start recording season number 2 all the way over again. That would have been so horrible.
It would have been. It's like, I don't even know what we talked about.
I forgot.
Like we didn't. I don't really. I know. Y'all know me. I'm not gonna know in an hour from now what we talked about today. So
whenever we were playing the outros. Is it? Because there's an intro and then there's what do you call
an
it?
Outro?
Was it an outro?
I don't.
I don't even know. Whatever. We were playing that, but we were listening to a little tidbit
of the last one.
Podcast, and I was laughing at us because I forgot we had said some of the things we said. I'm like, man, we funny.
I said, I don't know if that's the best example, but that was a good one. I'm laughing at myself. As usual, I was like, fuck y'all. I was like, I am horrible.
Yeah, a little bit, but it's okay. We love you.
Yeah, what are you going to do? Okay, so today we have a return guest. This is our first return guest, right?
Repeat offender.
Yeah. Has Sunday been on twice? Has Sunday been on at all? Have we even posted Sundays? She was on last one. Okay, see my memory situation. Did you get my meme?
Yes, I did.
I sent her a meme about there's always when there's two friends. Was it a meme? It was a video. When there's two friends, there's always one that can't remember anything, and the other one who's annoyed by it, or something. I don't think that's even. I forgot it.
You already forgot.
I forgot how it exactly went. What a surprise! But it applied to this situation.
Obviously, it did.
Anyway, so I'm just talking to Ron like people can see me talking to Ron. So our return guest is Ron Proctor, who we had on last season.
Woo!
And woohoo! And he was kind of going through all kinds of life changes. We talked about the Mormon Church, which you grew up in. We talked about your job at the planetarium, and all the school and all the cool stuff you do.
Yeah.
And how you make your little cigar box guitars.
And he brought us all kinds of goodies last time. We got his fake mustaches and little skulls.
Yep.
I still have that's on my little mantle. I see it every day when I wake up.
That's funny. I have mine at the bottom of the stairs.
I started talking to it. I don't know if that's a good thing or not.
It's not shocking. Anyway, so he was on last season, and he's got some changes going on, and it was like if we wanted a chance to have him in here in person, we were down to the wire because of his changes.
Yeah, and if you want to catch up on his episode, if you didn't catch it, it's on season 1, episode 49, and it's labeled Free Thinking. So that is the episode that Ron is on.
Oh, yeah.
So go give that a listen.
Yeah, so I would check that out after this one, don't stop this one and then start.
Yeah, just keep going.
Just keep it. Just stick with it.
Yeah, you're never going to go back. It's going to, and we're not, anyway, so you know what I'm saying. Anyway, so Ron, what you been doing? Tell us what you got going on since the last show.
Well, since the last show, I have left the Texas education system. I graduated from the high school I was working in.
Oh, congratulations.
Class of 23.
There you go.
And I have gotten, in the meantime, I did a job for a Texas university, made a planetarium show for them. And I can't talk about that one just yet. So maybe the next time you have me on, I'll tell you all about it. Stay tuned. And then since that, I got a whole nother job, and I'll be moving to Arizona.
That is hot.
That's right.
He told me,
I'm moving to Tucson.
He said, I'm moving to Tucson earlier, and he was like, because it's not hot enough here for me. I said, so you want to live in actual hell?
Yeah, you're just like, I think I could kick it up a notch.
This is not hot enough. I think I need to move there. So Tucson's beautiful. I have a friend that lives there. I have visited there before. It is a really cool town.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's neat. But I don't know that I'd want to move there because, it's hell.
I'll be there. What?
I know, but I'm the heat wise.
Okay, now we'll move there.
What is do you even know the low? What are their lows? Do they get very cold at all, ever?
It gets down to, I think, the low 90s Fahrenheit.
The low 90s.
I'd have a great tan, though.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'd be crispy.
Be a raisin after a while.
So once you get to Tucson and you start your new job, so let's say to catch people up, what you had gone through. You had a job you really cared about, you really liked.
Oh, yeah, and we didn't really talk about that a whole lot last time, but we can talk about that. So my educational history is that I really wanted to make planetarium shows a lot.
How did you figure out this career existed? Because I didn't know till I met you. I mean, I've been to the planetarium, but it didn't occur to me somebody's doing this.
You just thought it existed. Like, oh, isn't this nice?
I'm like, this is cool. This happens. I don't know. It didn't hit me. I don't know.
So what? Yeah.
Well, so when I was in college, when I was a undergrad, I got a job working in the planetarium at the university. And that's just one of the student jobs you can get. And I was like, wow, this is cool. And at the time, this was like 2004-ish, or excuse me, 2003. And we had an old star ball, Spitz A4 star ball, and that's basically a big ball with a light inside of it and a bunch of holes drilled in it. And it's shows the stars on the screen.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'm familiar.
Then we got, about 2 years after I started there, we went digital. And all of a sudden we could put anything we wanted up on that screen. And I was like, I have got to be the guy that knows how to do that. And so I enrolled concurrently in another college in my town at the same time because they had 3D animation classes, and that's what it took to be able to do stuff for the Dome. And so...
and now the other kids at the other college are getting educated on it, and meanwhile you're like a secret agent man learning stuff so you can go back and be the badass.
That's
Is
right,
that what you just got from this?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, I just wanted to sum that up. Continue. I mean, brilliant.
I'll take it.
I have never been that driven in my life.
Concurrently enrolled.
Unless you were counting one time when I wanted to get weed and I had to get real creative. No, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding.
I think we all get creative then.
Currently texting 2 dealers.
Yeah. Well, now this is before texting existed.
Concurrently calling 2 dealers' pagers.
My pager. My beeper. Okay, continue. I'm sorry.
So I get this skill set where I'm able to make planetarium shows, and I really loved that, and so I made my career about that. I made my degree about that. My bachelor's degree is a combination of physics, communication, and telecommunications. And that sounds crazy unless you find out what I do.
Yeah, I don't know if I can spell that.
Oh, but I can help you later.
I'm just kidding. I think I could probably kind of physics. No, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding.
And then at some point I got to go full time at that college. That's Weber State University, and was able to work there for a number of years, making content for the planetarium full time, which was just awesome. Dream job for me.
Yeah.
Funding ran out at some point. Had to go to another planetarium. Was doing the same thing for a while. In the meantime, though, while I was still at the college or at the university, I was able to get free school. When you work at the university, you get to get more school for free.
Very nice.
Which is why I got the bachelor's of integrated studies, and then I also got the master's degree in education, because education is
A good fallback at all times.
a good fallback. Exactly, and that's how I became a teacher eventually, because I needed that fallback.
You got you're pretty driven if you have a secret agent man yourself in. B, you have a fallback plan education. Plan things
Yeah.
so much better than me.
Planned anything that well.
You're here.
in my
I'm
life.
so impressed by just your planning so far. Continue. I just want to put that out there. You've already planned more in this conversation than I have my whole life.
What I did not plan on, dun dun dun,
Yeah.
was losing that second planetarium job in a way that was not fair. And it was kind of a messed up place to work. Toxic work environment.
Yeah,
There were people who wanted to have things their way and didn't want me to have things, in a fair way. And I ended up losing that job.
Yeah.
Because of that. And that sucked. And then I went to teaching, and that I thought was going to suck, but it ended up being really cool.
Yeah.
Went to a junior high school in Ogden, Utah, worked there. It was an inner city school, really, really, really tough environment to be in if you aren't good at relationships.
Yes.
But I was able to connect with these kids who were going through rough stuff, and I had gone through some rough stuff, so I could get it. And then kind of build a reputation as being a good teacher, got recruited to come to Texas to teach, and landed in a high school that it was good, but also had kind of an element of that bullying aspect that I saw in a previous employer.
Like within the district, you're talking about like the staff.
Yeah, I'm talking
Okay.
about the staff in the
I had a
school.
feeling.
Oh, I was thinking you're getting bullied by the kids.
Well, probably that too.
I get bullied by kids all the time.
Yeah, she works with the kids too, ironically.
I tell you what, I think that the kids that are coming of age right now are some of the smartest people in the world.
I agree in some way. I think that we did the disservice of teaching them to pass a test instead of teaching them to critically think. thankfully, social media has taught them to critically think. Unfortunately, it was social media that taught them to critically think, because they might know now to question things, but they don't always know how to educate themselves on those, like how to make some decisions. And, but, you know, they're getting it because they're warriors, man. I do think they're going to change the world.
I agree.
And I think they're going to be a generation we talk about for a long time.
I totally agree.
Yeah. Especially the girls.
Yeah.
I think that's who's going to change the world, the Generation Z girls.
Yeah, it's happening already.
Because, you know, you got Generation Z girls are Generation X grandkids.
Yeah.
And as a Gen X, my parents were boomers, but my parents were hippie boomers. So they were free love, free thinking, critical thinking, push your boundaries. Yeah. Don't take no for an answer. You know, you do you, be kind, don't hate. I got an upbringing that I don't think you necessarily always get in Texas. But with that, for my parents, I taught my kid, I took it another level with my children. And I think they're going to take it another level with their kids. Whereas I do and know a lot of people my age that's grandkids are Gen Z, and they are amazing. They got the benefit of every generation, because as much as we like to talk shit about generations, there are benefits of every generation.
Yeah, I believe so too.
I just think Gen Z just happened to maybe just get the best of it. I want Gen X as my parents. As a Gen Xer, I would have picked a Gen X grandparent. They're not going to coddle you, but they're going to take you to a great concert. Am I wrong? You know?
I think that we can't underestimate the power of the COVID shutdown and what that has done for. There's a few kids that had to go through the experience of educating themselves because of the COVID shutdown.
Yep.
And I think that also is a big factor.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, my kids, I was still working the entire time. It's very difficult to come home from work and then do schoolwork, as a single parent especially. Yeah. I was like, this is not set up for success.
Yeah, it was definitely a sink or swim situation.
I'm a bad teacher anyways. I would never try to homeschool. I don't want me teaching anybody anything. I can't remember what the hell I just said. Just being honest, and then I'm going to get sidetracked in the middle of teaching you because I'm going to notice that I need to go clean the table on the other side of the room. It's horrible. ADHD is horrible. So what do you think now? Like, where are you mentally now? Because now you've come full circle. Like, you kind of had to, you know, redirect yourself in life, I guess. And now you're on your upswing.
Yeah, I would say that it's been a real mental wellness journey from kind of discovering the direction I wanted, getting that direction really solidly planned, getting smacked down, and then having to rebuild myself.
Yeah.
And now I'm approaching a project that's going to be one of the premier planetarium shows in the world. I'm not allowed to tell you what that is yet. And I can't even. I'm not even sure.
Secret agent.
Yeah, another.
But
like
I will,
we said.
I'll follow up with you if you want to do a real
Yeah.
Yeah, we would.
Leave us one more. That's what we like.
Yeah. So what is your, we talked about on a previous episode about creative, following your dreams and keep fighting to have a creative aspect in your life. And you're a creative person.
Yeah.
So what's going to be your creative outlet now?
You know, Texas has been really instructive in my spiritual life, and that is integral to my creative life.
Yeah.
And so what I would have to say is you need to trust in the universe to take care of you. Mm-hmm. As long as you are actively engaged in moving toward the thing you want, and moving toward the activities you want to be doing, moving toward the person you want to be.
The goal.
Yeah, the goal. You need to decide what that is and be consciously moving toward it. The rest of those pieces are going to come into place. You might need help. You need to keep up those relationships. You need to keep, talking to Zeta.
so I can make fun of myself and you will feel better about your life.
That's right. You need to keep going on podcasts when you get asked to.
Yeah. I think one good takeaway would be, too, is that you obviously struggled and you didn't think that you were going to enjoy teaching, and it ended up being something that was positive for you. So you were looking at something negative and it became positive.
Yeah.
And then you probably were looking at losing your job as a negative, and it became a positive because it opened that door so you could see that you were great at that and that was a good thing. Also, it opened this door because otherwise you'd probably be still sitting in that toxic environment. So sometimes it's like that country song, Thank God for Unanswered Prayers by Mr. Garth Brooks, where sometimes, we lose something thinking I've really lost something, and it turns out it was a blessing because it opened other doors.
Absolutely. I would agree.
Like my divorce. I never looked at it as a negative, but it did open doors.
Yeah, opened a lot of doors.
Whenever someone says, "Yeah, I'm going through a divorce," I say, "Well, congratulations."
I do too.
Yeah. Right, because apparently it needed to happen.
Yeah.
And so that's a good thing that you're actually doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
by
always
the
say the
time-
same. I mean, it's not that I'm against marriage either. I just say it because typically that was a very hard life choice. And if you've made that decision, you only need to hear positive. Nothing else is going to fix it. And it is a positive.
Mm.
Best thing that ever happened to me.
Amen.
I feel like that's really the theme of every one of our podcasts. That my divorce was the best thing that ever happened to me.
We're just going to reiterate that one more time.
The other day, my daughter says, here's a rabbit hole, I'll make it quick. My daughter says, Dad and I were talking the other day, and I was telling him that I was on the podcast. This is my younger daughter. And I told him he needs to listen to it. And he was like, I don't really want to listen to your mom's podcast.
Figures.
Like, I got a feeling I come up and I don't want to hear it. And, something like that. And she started laughing. She was like, no, she doesn't really bash you. I mean, she makes it clear she's not happy. I mean, she's happy you're not married. And she goes, yeah, now that I think about it, you don't want to listen to that podcast.
It's not the one for you.
It's not for you.
I always say we're
for you.
not for everybody.
Yeah, it's
true.
not for him, okay? But he does have a good attitude about it. Like, it doesn't, whatever. Not that it matters, but,
My gosh.
I bet you if I asked him to come up here and be a guest on it, he'd be a guest on it. I'm not even kidding. Now, would Rick? Fuck no. Would never be a guest on this.
One of these days.
I try. Al's been trying to get him on the other podcast for a minute.
Right.
And he's like, no way in hell. And I'm like, dude, come on. And he likes Al and Amy. He just has no interest in being on a podcast.
I get it.
He goes, I can't say anything because you would just censor it. Nobody's going to get the real me.
All you would get is him saying, ha.
Yeah.
And then that's it.
Yeah, that's it. Motherfucker. That's the other one. So he said the other day, she goes, I didn't realize this is real. They're just getting to know each other. I didn't know he said motherfucker so much. And he always says it in a funny way. I'm like, yeah. He's like calling the cat motherfucker.
Everything's a motherfucker.
Everything's a motherfucker. Anyway, so thanks for coming back and joining us. And do you want to share your socials? Where are you on that? They're going to hear the last episode, I guess, if they
you kind of can't hide it.
Episode 46 or whatever it was.
It's 49.
49.
Or just the Instagram, at Mr. Proctor Official on Instagram.
Mm-hmm. And y'all check out his cigar box. Is it a banjo or guitar?
Cigar Box Guitars. And I will try to do a better job of posting more of those.
Yeah, they're pretty cool looking.
Give us some more content, Mr. Proctor.
They would be a cool little Christmas gift for some people. Like, I could see one or two of my kids, that would be something they would like.
Oh, yeah.
No, actually, Kyle, my bonus son, he'd be all over that.
Plan that for next Christmas because I got to get my...
Yeah, you got a life to live.
I got to move all my shit.
You got a life to live.
My wood shop set up and all
But that could be a creative aspect for you. Continue doing something like that. I just feel like everybody should have some kind of creative, even if it's like literally like you're a really good housewife, like you clean really good. I don't know. I bring some eat joy, so I bring other people.
That is valid. If it's doing something well, it really doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah. If it brings you joy, it brings you joy. It doesn't have to. You don't have to go like whip out a song.
Right.
I wish I could whip out a song, but it's horrible. It's no good.
It's okay. We all have our different...
And all my friends can sing, and we'll be in the truck, and I'm like, I'm just singing along with all these. I'm just hoping they just drown me out and no one notices. But they know, so. I'm like,
It's okay. It's still a joyful
I'm
moment.
not ashamed. I know what I sound like.
But see, that's great. It can still bring you joy, even if to your standards it isn't something that is joy or good.
Yeah, for me to sing karaoke, my friends have to sing with me so that I can hide behind their voices.
She's a great backup dancer.
I am. I do the dancing.
I was talking to the Podfather, or grandfather of Pod.
Al.
Yeah, Al. I was talking to Al just before
I can't.
just before this, and he was saying something I really agreed with, which is that it's for us to do our best to, if we're successful, we should share that.
Yes.
And that is the meaning of life, is to share your success with others and do it in a way that is generous.
Yes. I know I just said this on the other podcast the other day about my mom's headstone. Did I quote my mom's headstone the other day? I don't remember. But my mom's headstone, she had put on it, and I can't tell you exactly what it says, but it was to live your life following your dreams and, and sharing your dreams and sharing your joy and sharing everything with everybody as well. And so I try to live by that. I try to share what I got, So when I started doing it with podcast, Al invited me to the podcast world and got me doing it. And then I invited damn near every one of my friends onto the podcast with Al. And then I did, right? There was 20 of them. And then Kelly excelled at it. So I was like, would you like to do this with me? So now we share with each other. It is sharing it. And then we share Erica, her
so
music on here.
So it's like this growing tree that continues to grow branches out to other people.
Another one of our friends designed the artwork that we use as our logo. We really had a lot of people invest in us for free. They're like, you can use my service, whatever it takes to help you.
Yeah, and that's amazing.
And so we try to do that back. And so hopefully you'll gain something from being on here, even if it's just having a good conversation. But hopefully you gain something out of it.
I'm nodding.
He agrees with us.
I wish people could see us, sometimes. So we got people waving at us. Oh, that's Sunday.
We got fans. They walk by, they love us.
Yeah. Here they wait. No, that's not it. I don't know.
Please don't do it, Zayda.
I'm not gonna. I'm gonna hit it. No, I know which one. Okay. That's all right. Well, that's all for today. Thank you for joining us. Maybe come back next week and bring a friend.
Yeah. And remember, there's always 3 sides to every story.
2 sides and the truth.
Bye.